I'm terrified, and you're Tara's friend. Come in, come in, come in. Today, I want to speak on, actually this topic was given to me. It was something that a friend asked of me. They said, can ADHD and spirituality sort of exist in the same realm? And what she meant by that was, can someone who is seemingly unfocused and scattered be able to find a sense of grounding and remain centered? My answer to the question is yes. That's what I told her. And so these are sort of raw thoughts and raw feelings coming at you because I wanted to speak more on it, but time was not allowed for it. So I think that if you have ADHD, I think that you already have an ability to focus. It's just that the focus is on a timer. It's an extended period of time, because in my mind and in my understanding, ADHD is something like I'm channeling myself into this specific thing, and yet after some period of time, my mind begins to be active, and then I act on something else, then diverting my energy. The only difference between being centered versus channeling that energy is simply the amount of time in which you can channel the energy. If you have an idea and you act on it in your wild mind state, you're still bringing yourself into the thing. What has to be worked on is increasing the time span in which that thing exists. And that can be done through breathing practices or anything that just grounds you. It has to be able to take your full focus and attention. Maybe it's standing and chanting. Maybe it's counting your breath or counting numbers as you breathe. It can be anything to develop the practice of extending a moment. Go into the bathroom, look in the mirror, and stare at yourself for as long as possible, right in the eyes. And when your focus begins to move in different directions, that's when you can say, wait a minute, I'm in the mirror right now. I'm focusing on myself, and get back to it. And you always bring it back to center. No matter where you are, no matter how far you think you go, just redirect. And what I found is that over time, the longer you stay with it, the more that grows. It's easier to come back to the center. I always like to compare this like spiritual work and energetic training, mind training or whatever. I like to compare it to working out your physical body. Because if you know anything about fitness, say you have been inactive for most of your life. When you go to run, to jog, even sprint, you'll be out of breath very quickly. And it'll take longer for your recovery time. However, when you continuously practice running and jogging, you'll find that you can sprint farther and faster, and your recovery time has shortened. You become conditioned. And in the same way, you may condition your practices like extending the moment. Having your focus, I am going to do this today. And then you begin to slip, oh, nope, I'm going to do this today. I'm going to stay on task with this today. And as you practice, conditioning happens. So it's nothing more than having direct and acute attention to the task at hand. And if you have multiple tasks at hand, pour your all into one as much as you can before moving to the next one. Even if it's sudden and you have to be interrupted. You were doing this and now you're doing that. That's fine too. Pour all of you into what was and then move accordingly into what is. Stay centered with it. And if your mind is, just bring it right back. I don't even gotta say it. So, I guess that's it for my thoughts so far. I really think it is just a matter of practicing being focused. And the more you practice, the better you get. You grow your focus as you would water and nurture plants. Sunlight. The more energy that you give to it, it has no choice but to grow in some way. So, that's it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. You stay hydrated. And I'll see you when I see you.